live in New York, and I know others have had similar stories with that. And it didn't really do well for me, so after a few months I got fired. So then I went to another advertising agency, a big French conglomerate called Publicis Advertising. Didn't like that either, they fired me. Then I went to a PR firm, and you know the story. But when I couldn't keep a job. Because, and the reason I couldn't keep a job, because at a young age, if I didn't like something, I just decided to, you know, not do a good job with it. But things changed. And I was 24 years old. I went to an advertising agency in New York called Messner, Viteri, Berger, McNamee, Schmetterer. Okay? You heard of them because they did the Time to Make the Donut commercials. And it was a great place. You know, you wore jeans and T-shirts, and it was a big loft, kind of Greenwich Village office, very cool place. And at the time, the World Wide Web had launched a few years earlier, and AOL had been around for a while, but there was a really small company, and very small, called Yahoo. And when I say small, there were 4 people working there. And I called them up, and MCI was my account I worked on. Now, granted, they're all in jail now, but at the time, they were a great company. Okay? And I called up Yahoo, and Jerry Yang, who was the founder of the company, picked up the phone. It wasn't hard to get the founder because there's only 4 people there, and 2 of them were founders. And I said, I want to advertise MCI on Yahoo. And Jerry's first response to me was, we're a free site, we're never going to accept advertising, basically click. Okay, well, we moved on. And a few months later, Jerry called, and he said, you know what, I think we need an advertising program now. We're out of money. So I put the first ads ever to appear on Yahoo with MCI. I was and helped create their advertising program, basically, back in 1995. So was still with this Messner company, but kind of left them and started helping Yahoo a little bit as kind of an outside consultant. Got a few more advertisers for them. And then I got a call from a company called Starwave, which was a Seattle-based company founded by Paul Allen, the co-founder of Microsoft. And their website was ESPN.com. And I got a call from them saying, would you open our New York office? And I was 25 years old, and I said, that's fantastic, I'd love to. Paul Allen, ESPN, amazing. So I went out to Seattle to train the first day. I get a call from Jerry Yang screaming at me, why did you do that? Why would, you know, he was cursing me, really cursing me hard. And he goes, come work for us. And I say, well, Jerry, I've only been here 3 hours. Right? And he goes, no, you're coming to work for us. And I said, okay, let's talk tonight. So we spoke that night, and we struck a deal, and I went and quit at Starwave the next day. So I worked for Paul Allen for 1 day, with ESPN for a single day. And the funny thing is, Friday I was working in New York, Monday I was working for a company in Seattle, and Tuesday I was in California working. But it worked out, and my job was to open up, do a lot for Yahoo, and we opened up the whole East Coast office out of my apartment in New York. I was living at the time, and I was the first salesperson they hired worldwide when I was about 25 years old. So it was a pretty cool story. We did great work back then. I mean, what can I say we did? First of all, over 1 billion people used our service on planet Earth. Unlike any other .com company back then, we were making money, and we were the highest profile publicly traded company in the entire world during those years. You can imagine what kind of pressure that would put on any of us, you know, at that point. We got to a market capitalization of $120 billion after 5 years. We were still in our 20s. We worked on, oh gosh, probably $60 to $70 billion worth of acquisitions, but at least another 15 that actually happened. One of those companies was Broadcast.com, Mark Cuban's company. We acquired them for $5.7 billion, but what people forget is they were only doing $15 million in revenue. And I did close the whole sales force down 2 years later. We bought GeoCities for $3.6 billion. A lot of amazing things, but there were stories, and I wrote a book, came out in February, called We Were Yahoo, because the rise of Yahoo is fun to talk about, but you got to talk about the fall of it, because the company did fall. And I'm going to talk about that, then I'll move on, because I think it's an important discussion to talk in a room of business leaders.